Hopefully I can see all the chats. Yeah, I want to see the chat. Show me the chat. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, the Smalletics channel. Can I make this pop-up go away? Ugh. Okay, there's some things happening here. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Okay. Off to a good start. Construction's gonna end in a sec. Not how I saw this live stream kicking off, I will say. Thanks for your patience, you guys. Give me like, it's gonna stop in a second and then I can get a word in. If it won't stop in a second, I'm gonna have to reschedule the live, which I really didn't wanna do. But if you're here, you can say hi in the chat while we wait for construction to stop. Nope, it was almost done. This is really not ideal. All right, I might have to reschedule this live. Hi, Mariana. I did not anticipate that any construction would be going on today, and it's very, very, very loud. Like, I'm so sorry. It is like so loud. It's right across from me in Brooklyn, New York, and they just started today. They broke ground today. Well, thank you, Jenna. Okay, it stopped. All right, you guys. I think they're gonna keep going, and I think I'm gonna have to reschedule this live, which it sucks because I really have some very exciting things to share with you, and I also want to do a live Q&A with you guys. They literally, oh, Kita, it doesn't bother you? How loud is it for you guys? Like, can we still do this, or is this just so uncomfortable to listen to? Let me know if the construction is so bad that we would rather have me reschedule it, or if we should just like power through. So some of you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I was in Austin the last couple weeks, and then when I came back yesterday in New York, I saw that they broke ground outside my apartment, and so construction has like, oh good, it's not bad, thanks guys. Okay, yeah, it did stop now. All right, let's start over. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Smalletics channel. For my petite friends, if you are new here, I also just want to say hi, I'm April. I'm a certified personal trainer and nutritionist. I help short and petite women get in the best shape of their lives and just feel confident in their bodies. And then to all of my OGs, what's up you guys? You already know me. So today, oh, Leighton says you can't hear it at all. Oh, the construction, good. So today we're just doing a Q&A. I asked some questions. I asked you guys for questions on Instagram, and we haven't done a Q&A on YouTube in a minute, like almost, I want to say almost a year or maybe. So I thought this would be a good opportunity. And then I also have some very exciting things to share with you as far as like the future of this channel, also the future of Smalletics, some exciting changes coming up that you probably already know about, but I'm just, as we're getting closer, we are about 2 weeks away from releasing everything we've been working on for over the past year and a half. I'm gonna give you guys some more details on that. But first, I just wanna like catch up, you know? I just wanna catch up with you guys, answer some questions. So if you have any questions, right now that like since you're live and you want to ask them while you're here, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. This is like meant to be a fun chatty session, and I want to interact with the people who are here because that's always like more fun. Good morning, Juliana. And I'm just pulling up the chat on my computer because I'm actually streaming on my phone, but I will start with like just regular questions I got from like the Instagram bubble first. And also if you're into Q&As, if you like this kind of content, give this video a like, support the channel, support the community. I really appreciate it. It goes so far in helping me continue to do this as my main form of work, and I really appreciate it. Okay, and of course follow, subscribe if you haven't already. I post a lot of videos on the petite female body type, fitness, nutrition, health, and workouts, and a lot of stuff like that, that hopefully is super valuable for you guys. Okay, some questions that I got from you guys. You had great questions. We're not going to be able to get through all of them, but we have a good running start here. I don't know what that means. I'm all over the place today, if you can't already tell. Olivia had a question about how to stop plateauing. That's a good question. If you're in a plateau, let's start with that one, Olivia. That's a really good one. If you're in a plateau, if you are a petite woman, you've been, you started working out, you've been struggling, you've been doing some things like to kickstart your health journey, or you've even been doing it for a prolonged period of time, like you're working out, you started eating better, but maybe saw some results initially and then it's just like dropped off and you're not getting results anymore. That's what a plateau is. It can be caused by a lot of things, but typically we plateau when we are not using progression in our programming. So this can show up in a lot of different ways. First of all, progressive overload in fitness is when you increase your weights. You can also change the tempo of your exercises. It also comes down to the exercise themselves. Like certain exercises you can progress or regress depending on like what your fitness level is. So when you guys go to the gym and you do like random YouTube workouts, like this is good. This is like great for your health, great for your mind, great for your, it's like all good. It's all good. But if you're really looking for a result, you need to have progression. You can't just do like random one-off workouts from like this app and then this app and this YouTube video or this Instagram page. You really want to be on a progressive program, a progressive strength training program that's going to take you somewhere over a period of time. That means that like day to day, the workouts like build on themselves, and as you get stronger, the program gets harder, and that's how you see results. You're really only getting like a general calorie burn when you like hop on the treadmill or you like do a workout that you found on Instagram that looks cool. For progression, make sure that your workouts are challenging you. You're increasing your weights, you're slowing down the tempo. Nutrition also needs to change over a period of time. You can't just eat the same calories forever. It's probably going to either increase or decrease depending on your goal and what you're eating now. So there's no one size fits all for calories. That's why coaching is so useful, because you really do need to start where you're at and then work towards a goal rather than like follow some random calorie, eat the calories I'm eating. They won't work for you because they're not where you're at or where, optimized. Like for example, if I was on a reverse diet and my calories were really high, like they were a few years ago, I was eating like 2,000 calories a day. And you ate that, if your maintenance was lower than mine, you'd gain weight, and that wouldn't be good if that wasn't your goal. And on the flip side, if you're eating what I'm eating now, which is my maintenance level, it might be your maintenance level and you might not see results either. So you really need to start with where you're at. So Olivia, I would take a look at your program if you have one and make sure that you have progression built in. And if you don't know how, hire an expert, hire someone who can help you create that progression over a period of time so that you can really see the results you want to see. Plateaus are a totally normal part of a fitness journey. Nobody, like myself included, is ever gonna just progress forever. You have to like kind of go through these periods and innovate your program a bit and get a bit more, get a bit more interested in like, how can I create a more challenging program, or how can I hire someone, or can someone help me make this more challenging, etc. So I hope that answers your question. Oh, we got a bunch of questions now. Leah, all my jewelry, I'm just gonna answer this because people always ask this. All of it is from gold shops in Chinatown. The key to wearing jewelry, guys, when you're like working out and not having it tarnish or get gross, is it just has to be real gold. It can't be gold plated, because once the gold plated wears off, then it gets gross. So yeah, everyone always asks me this. I keep this stuff on, I shower with it, at least the necklaces, not the rings. But if it's like through and through real golds, you shouldn't have a problem with like exercising with it on and stuff. I wish I had a matcha or something. I feel like I've never come to a Q&A without one, and you're witnessing like a really historic moment where I don't have a matcha. And I'm sorry. I let you guys down like that. It doesn't feel right, Okay. Kita says she's been low carb for 2 months, and you've lost weight. Kita, you said, I am carb sensitive, PCOS, and sugar sensitive. I notice when I eat refined carbs, I don't feel good at all. Can I gain muscle and be low carb? Okay, so the issue is that I can't give medical advice. I'm a nutritionist, not a registered dietitian. I can't give medical advice around PCOS. We have lots of clients who have PCOS in Petite Power, and our dietitians work with them. It's out of the scope of my practice, like legally. But I'm very familiar, because I obviously am the head coach of the program. I work with these women too. I see what they go through. So you're correct in that being on a slightly lower carbohydrate diet with PCOS is helpful for managing those symptoms. From building a muscle perspective, you absolutely can still build muscle on a lower carb diet. It's just not going to be as pronounced, or like, and it's never pronounced for women to gain muscle. It takes a lot of time. But I just got distracted because Leighton said someone edit this video and add a matcha to her hand. We could do that in the post production process, where I just click publish. That's what our post production is going to be for this. But yeah, so you absolutely can. I definitely would prioritize strength training. Of course, you have to strength train to build muscle. You can't get it from cardio. You can't get it from running hours on the treadmill. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, if you prioritize, protein, that's going to help you build muscle, especially in the absence of carbs. You do need a little bit of carbs, but it sounds like you are eating a little bit, and that should be enough to help you like get the ball rolling. So it's not like all hope is lost. Like I said, we have a lot of women in Petite Power. That's our 12-week transformation program for petites, who have PCOS. It's a fairly common thing. So you're not alone with that. Leighton asked, if your protein goal is 130 grams and I'm only hitting around 115, is that okay? Goal is weight loss, but I'm obviously also muscle gain, so body recomp. Yes, Leighton, so my personal philosophy on this, literally having coached now over 1,000 petite women, is that macros should be an educational tool. They should be a way to learn how far you are. Like if you keep a food journal for a few days and then you get your macros from a registered dietitian, someone who understands your body and your goals, and you can compare, here's my targets versus here's what I'm eating, like intuitively. You can start to make changes to trend towards your macros. And what's great about this is that it's very educational in that way. What's not great is when we take it too far, right? And we're suddenly like tracking every morsel of food, and it gets obsessive, and it starts to do the opposite of what it's supposed to do, which is educate and provide some accountability. When it starts to do that, you want to pull back a little bit. The way that we just counteract this in our programs is like, literally, it's not a number that you need to hit, it's a range. So you want to be within about 10-ish grams of your goal for protein and carbs, and fats you want to be within about 5-ish grams, 5 to 8 grams. So there's some padding. You can think of it as a range. You can go like over or under. And keep in mind that your overall calorie balance is going to be the most important thing here. So if you haven't reached your protein goal for the day, but you've already met your calories because you ate a little bit more fats and carbs that day, you're good. You don't need to stuff your face with more protein. Like you hit your calorie goal and you got pretty close to your protein goal. And that's what we're aiming for in the scheme of things, is some kind of sustainability and flexibility so that you can actually enjoy your life and not get to this unhealthy space or relationship with food. So that's a great question, and you're doing fine if you're around 10 to 12, 15 grams within your goal is okay. Someone asked how spicy food affects your workouts, and I was just gonna mention this because it's actually pretty cool for us petite women. Spices, particular ones like cayenne and cinnamon, they're different. They do different things, but typically spices do temporarily increase your metabolism, your metabolic rate, so the rate at which you burn calories. You'll burn more calories at rest temporarily. It's like for a few hours in the digestion process. So like the thermic effect of food, that type of thing. You'll burn more calories just from eating spices. Yes, spices have calories, but the metabolic effect you get from consuming them contributes to a faster metabolism, burning more calories at rest, which is fun for us petite women who like always want to get a little bit of a boost. Cinnamon is great for regulating blood sugar, which also plays into metabolism and staying in a fat burning mode. So none of these are like, these are things I would say like are fun to learn about, and like kind of like little tips and tricks, like adding cinnamon to your matcha or your coffee or your yogurt bowl. But these are what I would classify as majoring in the minors type things. Like adding cinnamon to your matcha is literally not going to help you lose weight in the long scheme of things, right? It's literally just like a little like fun fact about how it impacts your biology, your metabolism. But the bread and butter of all of this, you guys got to remember, is the strength training and overall your macronutrients, like your ratio of protein to fats to carbohydrates and your calorie intake. So if I mention anything, it's like seems like spices or metabolism, like these things are like playing very minor roles, and we always want to prioritize the strength training, building muscle first, and focusing on nutrition before we introduce more complex things or small things that are just like cherry on top things, if that makes sense. Let's see. Hey, Alexis. Good to see some familiar faces. How do I know if my metabolism is increasing? Not dieting and strength training as you suggested. This is like, basically, there's different ways. There's no like perfect way of answering this, but your metabolism, like you'll know it's increasing if you are able to eat more food and not gain weight. That's a very simple way of answering it. So like your caloric intake is slightly higher. You're able to eat more. You feel more satiated. You're not starving all the time. That's like that's where I'm gonna leave it. The most basic way. That could go on forever, but yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave that. Lane said, wait, I'm supposed to hit the calorie goal. I think most days I end up with 200 to 300 calories left to eat. That's okay. That means you're a little bit under, and if you are like, that's probably more, your macros could be lowered a little bit to be more particular to where you're at. But if you're seeing good results and like you're not starving, then you're good. Like you don't need to change anything. Don't break anything that's not broken. It's better to be under than over. If your goal is body recomp, you want to be at like maintenance, around maintenance-ish or lower, to be able to lose the fat and build the muscle at the same time. Better than being in a surplus where you could just end up gaining a little bit more unwanted fat that you might not want. Hi, Rachel. Welcome. Johanna said, thank you. It's just scary to eat more since I'm used to eating less. Yeah, and sometimes it's not about eating more or less, guys, right? It's sometimes about eating better. And when you eat better, you end up feeling like you're eating more because you're eating more volume. You're eating more vegetables, stuff that keeps you full. You're eating more fiber, which is a carbohydrate that we don't digest, and it just helps us feel more full. So a lot of times when you start eating better, you feel like you're eating more food because of volume, and also your nutrition is literally improved, and your body and your hunger hormones are being regulated better, so you feel more satiated, you feel more full, you have a better relationship with food. So remember, it depends on, it's like case by case situation, but it's not gonna always be about like the quantity. It's sometimes gonna be about like the quality of that food, and how much protein are you getting? How many carbs are you getting? How many fats are you getting? And how are they all playing in relation to one another? Okay. Thanks, Rachel. Have a great day. And if you guys are joining the stream, like you just joined, I just want to say hi. I'm April, in case you don't know, welcome back if you're already familiar with here. I know I haven't posted a lot of videos here. I'm gonna take a second right now to actually switch over to some announcements since we have a group. Before we get there, if you're here and you feel like giving this video a like, no pressure, but it does help, and I love everyone who does that. Thank you so much. So announcements. So on April 4th, I know we said March and then we had to push it back. There's not really any tea on that. It's just like so much work, and we have a small lean team. I have 1 employee and about 10 contractors, and we were working really hard. We also have like hundreds of clients that we are obviously still working with as we're trying to release all these really cool updates and new products and services for you. So, oh no, the construction, it's coming back. You can see the drill. So yeah, I was gonna announce everything in March, and then I realized you guys know I have really high standards for us. I really want to give you the best of the best and nothing less. So I was like, April's going to be more realistic for us to be able to do that. So April 4th, we are releasing all of the new things. If you haven't been on my email list or on Instagram, what that means is we have a whole new look and feel for our community, for our brand, for our website, a whole new website. It's a whole situation. It's like you're gonna see stuff that you are like going to be very excited about. A lot of you guys were a part of the design process and a part of these decisions we made, and the decision was made to move towards a more inclusive, something that's more representative of all of us, petites. And as a result, the name is also going to change because the word small is actually just doesn't fit all of us. Like, we have women of all body shapes and sizes, and but the thing we have in common is that we're short. That's it. So we're gonna see a little bit of a name change, just a little. You guys already, a lot of you chose it, so you know what it's gonna be. Some of you guys don't know, but it'll be familiar. It'll feel good. I know it's gonna feel right because I've been working with you over the last year on it. You're going to see a whole new like representation of other petite body types, which is going to be so cool for us because it won't just be me. And you're gonna see other petite women that maybe you don't relate to my body type, right? Like I'm petite, but I have a certain body type. Maybe you relate more to a totally different petite frame. So we're introducing some really cool community, like centric. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just gonna be a taste of like the amazing spectrum we have in this community. You know, body shape, size, all that stuff. So that's gonna be exciting. We are releasing an entirely new service that you guys have been literally begging us for years, but it is really hard to release new products and services because we have to go through the product development phase and then we test it and we make sure it's amazing before it ever gets to you. So we spent a year on that, and we have this amazing membership that will be coming out that's super affordable and has like tons of stuff in it. And I'm not gonna say any more, but if you're on our email list, which you can just go to smalletics.com and get on it, or like download a free guide or something and you'll get it. You guys will get to see that and be a part of that. We also are gonna be able to give you trials so that you don't have to like pay for something and then be like, I'm not sure if I like this. Like it will be very easy to try it out. That's exciting. What else? Oh my goodness. Okay, another huge one I need to know. This is a big one for us, for like me and you on YouTube. So because our name is changing, this channel will no longer be called Smalletics, obviously. And so I'm going to be changing this channel to my name. So that's important for you because if you follow me and I pop up on your like dashboard, it's not gonna come up as Smalletics anymore and you might not recognize it off the bat. So I would love if you guys could hit the like notification bell if you haven't already, just so that you know when I post. It'll be more obvious and it'll be pushed up on your feed a bit more. Subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, so you're gonna be looking more at my name for my YouTube channel and also my Instagram handle. So you'll look at April Victoria Whitney or April Whitney. That's my name. If you didn't know, that's my name. So that's a big change, and I wanted to let you know ahead of time so that you're not confused when you go to search Smalletics and nothing comes up. It'll be April that you'll search instead. And then our company has its own Instagram and everything. So that's a pretty big change. Okay, those are like the biggest changes. I mean, there's a lot, but let me know if you guys are excited about this. Which part you're most excited about. Joanna said, oh my God, is this activewear? I'm not going to say anything, but it's not really activewear, but not this time around. That's all I'll say. Okay. The construction is back. We're here for it. We have like another 7 minutes to jump into some questions. Shannon said, so excited, especially the membership. Yeah, like, ooh, I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's gonna rock your world. I know it will. Okay. Skyland Darina said, that's exciting. I'm glad that you guys are excited. I'm gonna answer some more questions. I'm just looking in the chat. There's a lot from Instagram, so I'll probably just continue it on Instagram, honestly. I know a lot. How many of you guys, are you guys like mostly YouTube? Are you on Instagram too? Are we like, is this YouTube fam solid right now? Or are we like, is there a blend? Favorite sources of fiber. Okay, Chelsea asked favorite sources of fiber. So fiber is a carbohydrate. It also can be found in predominantly, like it can be found in fats. For example, nuts and seeds have fiber, and which is mostly fats. And avocado is so high in fiber, even though it's all fat. Other than that, my favorite sources of fiber are, avocado definitely, fruits and vegetables, and also berries. Like berries are the highest fiber content for like the lowest amount of calories. Not that you always want to go low cal, just giving you guys a helpful tip here. So like blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, you can sprinkle them on top of your yogurt bowls, and it's just like a great way to add some fiber. Another really easy fiber hack is chia seeds, which I put on everything. Like you can put them on toast. You can make a chia seed pudding. So I'd say chia seeds, berries, nuts, avocado. Those are like my top fiber choices. Vegetables, fruits and vegetables. You can also get like fiber fortified foods, but it's not the best because they're not whole source of food, they're like processed, but it's not like it doesn't count. You just don't want to get all your fiber from like acacia fiber supplement or like foods that are fiber fortified. It's just not as healthy for your metabolism. Lance is just vibing with the construction workers. Yeah, I feel like they're like on this live stream with me. Like I can see them, I can see the drill. I feel like they're just like a part of the gang now. Like they're in the short girl gang. You guys said most of you guys are like mostly YouTubers. Okay, cool. I'm glad that you guys, I got to do this live with you because otherwise you might not have seen it on Instagram and we wouldn't have had time to kind of catch up and have an informal chat. Okay. Summer had a question. What do you recommend for breakfast if you don't like foods like oatmeal or even eggs? So I think, personal opinion, you guys tell me if you agree or not. I think foods are like having certain foods for certain meals is like silly. Like we just made that up. Like think about it. We just made it up that you eat eggs for breakfast. I'm pretty sure, unless somebody did, there's no right or wrong. So for me, if I want eggs for dinner, I'll do that. And for breakfast foods, it kind of goes the same. Like if I'm probably not feeling a salad in the morning, but you don't have to have eggs for breakfast. My go-to breakfasts are after eggs, it would be like avocado toast, protein oatmeal. You said you don't like those, so moving on. Chia seed pudding, great source of fiber and protein, and you know, healthy fats, the whole works. I love having protein pancakes and waffles. So easy to make, so good. Man, we have so many recipes in our program. A smoothie is like honestly so good because it's easy. You can put like real fruits and vegetables in it. You can add a protein powder. It tastes really yummy and it can be really filling. Add some healthy fats. Even add some frozen cauliflower to bulk up the smoothie, make it creamy. There's like so much you can do with shakes and smoothies. So you got options. And then honestly, like you're like, you know what's cool about being an adult? You can just have whatever you want for breakfast, right? Like perks of being, I turned 30 in a week and a few days, right? I turned 30 on April 2nd. So perks of being 30, you can eat whatever you want for breakfast. I give you permission. I hope that helps. Let's see. A bunch of you guys actually always ask. They're like, a lot of you guys don't like eggs, so it's a common question. Do I ever recommend a calorie deficit from Casey? I know it's not your credo, but just curious if there's ever a case for it. Yes. I'm really glad you asked this. Really fantastic question. If you guys are really familiar with my channel and our method, I basically don't ever recommend a calorie deficit for petite women looking to lose fat and build muscle for a lot of reasons. The biggest reason, and you can watch all my videos on this, is that most most petite women do not have enough calories to begin with to safely do a calorie deficit and get the results that they're looking for, okay? So what does that mean? If you're already eating 1,200 calories, a deficit for you would be below 1,200 calories. We do not want to take away any more calories at that point because you're going to lose muscle. You're not going to be able to build muscle. You're going to be starving yourself. So for petite women, the use case for calorie deficit is a little bit different in my opinion. And also based on like, you know, at this point, years of experience, thousands of petite women having worked with us. We don't want to put you on these crash diets that are not sustainable because first of all, they don't work. And second of all, they set you up for weight gain in the long run. They literally are not gonna get you where you wanna go. We are interested in getting you results, real results that last. So you can't do a calorie deficit if you're already really low in calories. So do I ever recommend a calorie deficit? Of course. You guys have seen I've done it myself several times on this channel with mini cuts. What I recommend for the, you know, who's right for a calorie deficit, anyone who is high in calories. For a petite woman, 2,000 calories is a really pretty high, unless you're like a power lifter or you're lifting a lot, like you're working out like 2 hours a day. If you're really naturally high in calories, but you're kind of sedentary, you would be a great candidate for a calorie deficit. Probably. I'd have to look at, you know, all the things. If you, you know, other scenarios. If you already exercise a lot, but your calories are high, you could do a calorie deficit. If you don't exercise at all and your calories are high, I would say start moving first more. You don't need to do a calorie deficit via food and movement in the first go. Like you want to build and make changes slowly. So yeah, absolutely. Calorie deficit is science. It's the law of thermodynamics, and it is definitely a fact that your calorie intake matters. It's just not the only thing, and you also have to know that for petite women, it's not as simple as just doing a calorie deficit for the reason I just stated before. We can't just take away more calories when we don't have any to begin with, because it literally will lead to what we've all experienced, the skinny fat phenomenon, where you're literally like, I'm doing cardio, I'm eating in a calorie deficit, and I just look skinny fat. That's literally what happens because we don't have enough calories to build the muscle you need to look toned, to really like look in shape and look fit. So our method is focusing on making sure you do it the healthy way, the sustainable way, the long-term way, the way that gets you the results you actually tell me you want, which is you want to look toned and you actually want to be physically strong and feel good. You also don't want to be hungry all the time. So there's a way to do that. You don't have to go the like horrible calorie deficit route. The only time I would recommend that is if it's a really great option for you and you're really, really high in calories to begin with, which is, like I said, probably like only 5% of the women I see who come through our program. It's like a really, really small amount. And for those women, we'll put them on the appropriate plan. Great question. Okay, you guys, I think it's been long enough for a YouTube video. Let me know if you liked this live stream, if I should do more. I'm going to be posting, I know March was like a sparse content month for YouTube, so I'm sorry, you guys. If you happen to want more content from me, by the way, I'm on Instagram stories every single day. So if you're a YouTube fam only, and you happen to be on Instagram but not follow me, I post a lot of valuable content, in my opinion, on Instagram on a daily basis. YouTube, we do weekly uploads, and I didn't do as many this month because I was traveling a lot. That's not an excuse. They're coming, you guys. Really good content. Also like behind the scenes stuff, some more educational videos, lots of fun stuff coming up. So stay tuned for that. And if you enjoyed this Q&A, please give it a like to support my channel, support our community. Get excited for our launch coming up on April 4th. We also have a whole new session of Petite Power that is open for enrollment right now, starting also on April 4th. So if you want to book a call with me, it really is me on the phone. I've talked with a lot of you guys actually. You can book a call with me at Smalletics.com. You can also just sign up if you're like ready to join the program. You can learn more there. And I hope you guys have the most powerful Thursday and Friday ever, and I will see you in the next YouTube video. Bye, guys.